friends. How are you doing today? That's fair. So, forgot what I was gonna say. Oh well. So I got this, and we're gonna paint over it. I did a drawing painting these markers anyway, but I called it having tea with the ancestors, and I had this idea to try to make it on a larger canvas, because there is an art contest this fall at the Muscarelli Museum, which is affiliated with the College of William & Mary, and I'm going to try to enter one, maybe two pieces to it. So there's two different ideas I've had. One is the painting, and the other one is a textile piece. The theme is Waters of Virginia or something like that. So I'm really nervous because as much as I am barely starting to call myself an artist, and I have done a couple of small events, and my art is up in a coffee shop, but the idea of submitting it to like an actual like museum contest, even though it is open to everybody, just feels really intimidating. I just imagine that there are people that can actually, paint that, which I can't, showing up. But I'm going to make this anyway because I want to make this one, and if it doesn't work out, who cares? If it does work out, then it'll be for me, and I'll put it up in the house somewhere. But first I've got to put some gesso on it, and then when that dries, I'll put a coat of plain white, and then I'll start trying to see if I can sketch it. I really wish I had a projector so I could take a picture of the original drawing and just project it onto this and trace it instead of trying to recreate it at a larger scale. I'm really worried about that. I went to Five Below and the dollar store because I am leading a support group tonight, and so I wanted to get some. I like coloring, so I got a couple coloring books, some coloring pencils. I got this coloring book, and then a box of crayons. And then because I'm a teacher at heart, I got some boxes to organize the color pencils and the crayons. And I found these at the dollar store. Look at that. Deadpool and Wolverine activity books. These are for me. Super excited about that. I'm not sure what maybe I'll put one of these in like my emergency hospital bag in case I ever end up having to go to the emergency room. It happens occasionally. As something to entertain myself with. It's analog. It's not digital. Anyway, so I'm going to organize these real quick. Alright, it's pretty dry, so we can start putting on the, whatever you call it. I was about to say top coat. Good grief. So that's the canvas all ready to go. So now we're just gonna leave it to dry before we start drawing on it. I have to go by the school. I'm off today, but we have some new employees, so I'm gonna go take some pictures so I can update the website and all that fun stuff. And then gonna work on and just study for a little bit. Well, I ended up not needing to go in for the photography thing, so I'm gonna go study for a little bit, and then I think I've got a book to pick up at the library. Appreciate it. I did get some studying done today between my session here and at the other coffee shop that I did not vlog. I got the work done that was due today, and I did some studies for what's coming up. So I think I posted some of these already on like just a post, but this is one of the pieces I made inspired by Takashi Murakami's Unfamiliar People series. And then this one is an original piece by me, but inspired by Takashi Murakami, as well as some geometric African patterns. It's called Tea with the Ancestors. So the idea is that, water holds memory in Yoruba tradition. And so the idea that the ancestors whose spirits are in the water, their eyes are watching over me, kind of thing. Anyway, I really like this one, and I think I want to make, this is the one I want to make larger for the contest, and I want to get a projector. I wish I had a projector so that I could just project a picture of this onto the canvas and not try to transpose it. Anyway, and then this is the piece that I was working on. I believe this is called 727, but instead of the Dob figure, I've kind of made it like a cat, with cat ears, same as I did with the other piece, because I didn't, well, one, I can't perfectly recreate any of his works. I'm not that good of an artist, but also I feel like that's not the point. Like, the point isn't to, try to become, a recreator of Murakami art, but to use his art as an inspiration to create my own pieces ultimately. And so that was the idea. All right, I have a book at the library to pick up, and then I have therapy, so we have about an hour. It was really cool seeing the textiles at this exhibit, and I was amazed at the skill and the patience that some of those artists had to have to create those works from fabric and thread, it really was inspiring. The book that I got from the library is called Black Art. So the book explores visual representations of black culture across the globe throughout the 20th century and into the 21st. And the art historian Richard J. Powell applies a thematic, object-based approach to his study of black art and culture to embrace works representing the global scope of the African diaspora. So I'm really excited to go through this book and learn more about it, because when I took an art history course, almost nothing was mentioned of art created by people of color. It was almost all... Anyway, so that's really cool. All right, let's go to therapy. Yay! All right, the canvas is ready. It is nice and dry. So begin working on... Probably start drawing on it tomorrow, because I kind of want to finish this little piece I'm working on. So this is the inspiration. So this is called 727. It's by Takashi Murakami. I really like the way it looks, though I'm obviously not perfectly recreating it on any level. I have changed a lot of things about it, as you can see. But again, the idea isn't to try to recreate his work, but to let myself be inspired by his work to create something that is derivative, of course, but is still my own. Wait, do I want to start with this? No, I don't think I do. I'm not even sure how this paint's going to react, so I guess I should just test that out first. Why I'm testing it out on the page itself, I don't know. Okay. That'll work. It's been really nice to create this way. It's kind of felt like taking a class almost, you know? Learning from another artist by observing his work and then allowing his work to inspire my own creativity. It's been really good for me. I think that so often when we see the work of people who are, you know, famous, well established, it's easy to kind of fall into this belief that, like, we can't do anything remotely like what they're doing. And yet we find that we can create... I am not... Words are failing me. I'm just trying to concentrate. But this has been a really fun project, and I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep it up. Do you ever have that happen where, like, you have hobbies that kind of come and go based on your whims, where you're at mentally? That's kind of how creativity is for me. But I'm just really excited to be creating, because after my knee surgery, I was creating, but it was more creating to solve problems. You know, fixing my kilts and, you know, sewing stuff. No, I did some creative things for the fun of it too. Should give myself more credit. But it's definitely been nice to draw. I like this paper. This is, I think it's watercolor paper? Or is it? Yeah, it's watercolor paper. And so it hardly bleeds through. I can really just make whatever I want to on it. And these paint markers, I got them from the store's called Five Below, though it's kind of a, that Nate title is kind of a lie, but whatever. Anyway, I got a pack from there because I didn't know what I wanted, and I didn't want to spend $20 or more, art supplies get so expensive, on nice markers when I didn't know what I wanted. So I just tried these out, and they're working so well, and they were $5 and some change. So I actually went back and bought another pack because I don't know how long they're going to last, and I wanted to at least keep using them while I work through this book. Yeah. I think that I have like a new vision for myself as an artist. I really am inspired by Takashi Murakami's way of kind of fusing or combining traditional Japanese art with, you know, kind of pop art, pop culture. And I think that would be really cool if I could learn to do that with traditional African art. I'm probably not the first person to do that, but definitely hope that I could find a way to kind of put my own spin on that, you know? Anyway. Not, and again, more just for the sake of creating for fun. I would like to get to a point where my artwork is nice enough that if I made a painting for someone as a birthday present or a Christmas present, that it would be valued enough to, you know, go on someone's wall. Like, that's kind of the level of artist I'd like to be, is that if I gave away a piece to somebody, that it would be like, oh wow, this is amazing, thank you, like, you know, be proud to display it, kind of thing. I mean, of course it'd be cool if, you know, somebody wanted to buy my work, but I don't plan on trying to become an artist like as a career or anything. But it would be nice if I made enough money painting to pay for nice painting supplies. That's kind of always the goal of my hobbies, is if they're able to become self-sustaining, it's always nice. Anyway. But it's always hard to know what to charge when you're nobody. You know, because art is really more about who made it and how much that means than the quality of the artwork itself. I could be wrong. I know nothing about the art business. It just seems like it's a scam that rips off the people actually doing the creating. But I have nothing to back up that statement. Just a hunch and a tiny bit of observation. But I could be completely wrong. I guess I just think about, historically, artists who view themselves like me, like the way I view my own art, as, meh, it's not worth much. Or they're sad because they don't think it's worth much. And then they die, and art's worth like so much. But anyway, smarter people than me know the truth of it. What time is it? 5:30. Okay, I've got time. So I'm basically gonna keep painting for a while, and then I have NAMI support group. And that's my day. So that's basically it. I low-key hate it because the filler paint wasn't the color I wanted it to be. Then I tried diluting it with gesso and it's a mess. You know what? I love it because I made it and it's my mess. Well, I tried to order a projector, but it never arrived, and I am impatient. So I am just trying to freehand the design onto the larger canvas. But this is what I drew, and I liked it so much that I'm trying to get it on this larger piece. I am hoping that it turns out well. I don't know. I'm so nervous. Idea of entering a piece probably not very clear because I was trying not to do the pencil too dark, except for this came out a lot darker than I meant for it to. But it's now time to ink it in. Filming while creating is really tough because I just forget about the camera. But I have finished inking everything in. This part is bolder because I use a different marker, which I'm kind of stressed about, but oh well. So now it's time to start coloring it in. I'm not going to take a video of that process because it's just too annoying, but hopefully it will go relatively smoothly. It's been like a week since I last recorded, and the painting didn't turn out. The top part with the trees didn't turn out, and I tried to fix it and it wasn't working right, so I had a fit and I just painted over the whole thing. And then I took down other pieces of art off the walls of my house and threw them all in the shed in like this tantrumy creative rage quit, and I just stopped vlogging. I barely drew anything. I think I'm just getting overwhelmed by trying to balance being in school and work and then trying to take on a creative challenge like making something for, this contest museum's having was just too much. Started really getting in my head about it all, and I was so fixated on whether or not the judges would like my art that I wasn't I just felt like I was ruined. I was like poisoning it with anxiety. That's not how any of my creative stuff works. I just make what I want to make, and then people like it or they don't, whether it's my videos or my art. So I kind of calmed down last night. I brought the art back in the house, and oh my gosh, I got to show you something. Hang on. So the original artwork has bled through, where I tried to paint over it. Not all of it, but a lot, like the eyes and stuff. So honestly, there is a part of me that wants to, oh wow, that's way too bright. You can't even, there we go. Part of me wants to just leave it like this and like have this almost be a completed piece that I keep around. There's just something about the fact that the painting wouldn't let me give up on it. That's kind of neat in a weird, messed up sort of way. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. But I think that what I have learned is that sometimes life is a bit too much, and that's okay. And it's okay to pause and to rest and to regroup. And I need to learn how to catch the warning signs that I'm getting overwhelmed before I have a fit and start, trying to ruin my own artwork. Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever dealt with like just getting overwhelmed with life, and then maybe you overreact to a minor setback? Though I don't know if it calls a minor setback. That's kind of gaslighting. But you know what I mean. Like you react to something so strongly, and yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts if you want to share them. All right, friends. It's been a busy week at work this week, so I'm gonna actually head off to work. But I kind of want to try to close out this video in some sort of weird way. Hey, this is real. This is real life, and that's what I'd rather show you guys than something perfectly curated. So, anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. I love you guys. Please remember that can't even talk. Just know that I love you guys, and you matter, and I probably need to go to bed early tonight.